Yeah, welcome to Classic Clashes out here at Corrigin Town Oval, the Eastern District's round 14 clash between Corrigin and Narembeen, and a big shout out to league sponsors in McIntosh and Sons, proud major sponsor of the Eastern District's Football League. My name is Ward Harris, and as mentioned, we are here for this Classic Clashes game out here, and look, great to see the number 16 there in Graydon Bartlett going through the banner there. 150 games, massive achievement for that man, and look, a shout out to him and the Corrigin side today. As we mentioned, big day for footy out here in the Eastern Districts Football League, the last round of the regular season, round 14, and we've got a couple of cracking contests right the way across the league. Narembeen currently sitting in first spot, 11 wins and 2 losses, a percentage of 178%. They'll go through and they'll play finals next week. It'll be a qualifying final against Southern Cross, who are currently in second place. But currently sitting in third are Corrigin, 8 wins, 5 losses, and a percentage of 112.25. And then it gets very interesting from there with both Burracoppin and Condinin also sitting on the same amount of points. And you'll never guess what, both of those teams are playing each other today out in Merredin. So look, Corrigin, unless something goes very, very wrong today and they lose by 100 odd points, which surely they won't, then Corrigin will play the winner of Burracoppin and Condinin in the elimination final next week. So set up for an absolute sensational day of footy down here today. As we mentioned, Corrigin play Graydon Bartlett, his 150th, and we're looking forward to a pretty good clash today as both teams start warming up in front of us now. Classic Clashes proudly sponsored by Great Southern Fuels, and we're thankful for all the work that they sit there and put in to help us bring these games to you each and every week. Got a couple of other sponsors there, Blue Diamond Machinery for the goal of the day, and also AFGRI for our mark of the day. And who can forget the beautiful Archie's thongs, slides, and all the other bits and pieces they do, and that'll be presented to the player who is best on ground at the end of the game. Now, Classic Clashes, we have the opportunity to travel right around the big state of Western Australia and look, bring games to you each and every week, but also we get to meet some of the grassroots greats as well. And Premium Grains, thank you so much for your sponsorship and allowing us to travel around and meet some of these great players that we do each and every week as well. Not very far from an opening bounce out here, and look, in the previous game before, it was Narembeen starting this reserves game off very, very well with a very comprehensive win in the end. Corrigin just only getting the 1 goal on the board, and Narembeen, let's just say, an awful lot more than that. These two teams, they played a little bit earlier in the season. It was quite a while ago now, round 4, as a matter of fact, the 4th of May. And it was Narembeen getting the chockies on that day, a 75-point win. And look, if the margin gets close to that day, it'll make things very, very interesting for Corrigin as they start to prep up for finals. And Narembeen, they'll want to get themselves ready for a big final against Southern Cross next week. As we mentioned last time, they played Baldwin and Kennedy. They both kicked 5 each. Spinks kicked 3. And then Parsons and Duncan kicked 2 each. And for the Corrigin side, Bootsma and Mack both kicked 3 goals each as well. Some really handy players out there for both sides. For the home side, look, Joshy Bootsma, he's led from the front all year. He's kicked 32 goals for the season. Been the best players 6 times as well. And there's some of the other goal scorers for them. Bailey Peacock, he's kicked 23, and then a couple of other players, including the 150 gamer in Graydon Bartlett, he's kicked 13, and Sue has Luca Colson. But the big targets for the Narembeen side, James Kennedy, always dangerous, and he's kicked 34 goals for the season so far as the Narembeen player. And then Thomas Baldwin, he's kicked 20 and also in the best players 8 times as well. As we see the toss there out in the middle of the ground. And that's been all sorted out, and I have to admit I've missed that one there, and which way the teams are actually kicking, but we'll find out very soon as they start to line up and get ready to roll. But thank you again to all our major sponsors and allowing us to jump on board and provide these Classic Clashes games each and every week. Great Southern Fuels, And this round 14, last round of the home and away season for the McIntosh and Sons Eastern Districts Football League game out at the Corrigin Town Oval. Right throughout this game, we'll have the opportunity to sit down and meet some of the locals that normally pop up and come and have a bit of a chat. And I think during the second quarter we'll have Darryl Smith, who's the team manager there for the Corrigin side. He'll jump up and have a bit of a yarn. And then in the third quarter we've got Clint Butler, or Bunk, the assistant coach for the Narembeen side. He'll pop up and have a chat about the Narembeen side as well. As both sides not very far from taking those positions. Both teams are going into their last huddles now and getting ready to rock and roll for what will be a big contest. I'll tell you what, conditions absolutely perfect. Not a cloud in the sky. I text my partner back in Perth. She said, make sure you go get some vitamin D today. And we'll see how we go there. But look, perfect conditions for players and spectators alike as the players start to get into position now. There probably is a bit of a breeze actually going across the ground at the moment. It might slightly favour, I think, the team kicking to the right of screen. But we'll find out very, very shortly now. As the teams start to line up now. So it will be Narembeen. They'll be sitting there and they'll be going to the right of screen. Corrigin, the Mighty Tigers, kicking to the left. You have Declan Hughes, he'll be in the ruck for the Narembeen side. And it looks like Joshy Bootsma might have decided, the captain coach, to jump in the ruck for the Narembeen side. Sorry, for the Corrigin side, my apologies. As the umpire holds the ball aloft, not far from the first bounce now. Hope you enjoy this broadcast. Proudly brought to you by Great Southern Fuels. And it is Bootsman able to take it out of the ruck now. Goes to Doyle. Great kick inside 50. You can see that ball hold up nice and well there. Good tackle there from Hooper. Gets the ball to ground there, but mopped up this time. Goes through a few players. Does the number 4 there in Cody Duncan. Normally a good ball user, and that one is no exception. Ball pops out there, and they're going to come back again. Once again through Bootser. Good kick inside 50. Drops a mark he would have liked to, Peacock, and they'll sit there and try and run it out of defence now through Kennedy. Kennedy just playing behind the ball at the moment. Risky kick. It might sit there and cause issues from there. And there was the 150 gamer there in Garland. But it's been flicked out. Turns around his body. And just to the left-hand side for a minor score. But first score on the board for Corrigin. They've gone less than a minute in this first quarter. And they lead 1 behind. Narembeen yet to score. So Duncan will look to just stroll out of defence now. Slips over, but has plenty of time to just sit there and reload. And finds the number 7 there in Spinks. Spinks goes long down the middle of the ground. Almost a good mark taken. Just overshoots the handball now, and the Tigers will look to try and rebound out of defence now. Nice link-up play, but well done by Kick just to half that contest. And we'll have a ball up just in the middle of the ground. As we mentioned, sensational conditions out here in Corrigin today. Big 150th for Graydon Bartlett. And an important game for both teams as Bootsma just goes and takes it out of the ruck. And up and under kick there. But well tracked and well done by the number 30 there in Blaine Wilson. So Wilson kicks long there, and that is absolutely pinpoint perfect. Finds Baldwin, kick and a half of goal, goes inside 50. Beautiful kick inside 50 there, and a nice mark and lead. And they'll sit there and go and have the first big opportunity and goal for them. It's a good mark there by the number 16 there in Jaden Hooper. So Hooper been pretty good amongst the goals this year. Normally a long kick. Kicks it long. Well left though, or well right. It's actually gone out of bounds on the full, so not a great start there for Jaden Hooper. Missed an opportunity he would have liked to have taken, and an early let-off for the Corrigin Tigers. So we'll sit there and work out how that breeze is going to go. But it looks like it might play a bit of havoc there as they go and kick in long there. Nice mark taken this time by Doyle. So Benny Doyle. Good little chip kick. Bootsma was the target, and I tell you what, that was pinpoint perfect. Not a great kick there for Bootsma. Might work out all right. No, it's not. It's going to be turned over and picked up by Narembeen. They go through the set of hands. Good at tackle pressure there. High tackle, he reckons. And it is going to come back no advantage, because it is a free kick for the number 10 there in Baldwin. Good user of the ball. This one is pretty good as well. It's just going to go through the target there of Solomon. Kicked off the ground this time. And they'll look to try and mop up in the last line of defence there through Colson. It goes out of bounds. And we'll have the throw in about 25 metres out from the Narembeen goal. So early stages of this first quarter. And just the one behind to Corrigin thus far. Knocked down by Narembeen. Good tackle pressure from behind there. And we'll have a ball up 40 metres out from Narembeen's goal. As the two rucks go up there. No one able to get clean possession out of that one. Picked up by the Tigers player. And he'll look to try and bounce out of defence now. Nice little chip down the line and good, well led. And a nice mark on the outer side. Not a lot to kick to in front of him now. Just waiting to try direct traffic. And goes the little chip kick there. Finds Featherston Hall. Can't quite pick it up. Does now. Flicks back there, and he's going to go to a 2-on-1 here. Bootsma was the target once again. Goes to lay that hands off now. Featherston Hall, nice little kick inside 50. And a good mark there by Deck Hughes. Hughes kicks inside and finds the number 23, and Ollie McCleary goes over the top. And here he is, the milestone man. Graydon Bartlett. So kicked 13 so far this year. And he'll be looking to add here at 14th in his 150th game. So a bit of a stalwart of the Corrigin club. Been travelling up here to play footy for years and years now. Plenty of family in the crowd. Bartlett celebrates. And the boys get around him now. 117 on the scoreboard now. 5.5 minutes into this first quarter. And Narembeen yet to score. And it's a shout out to Blue Diamond Machinery for our goal of the day. I'm sure we'll see plenty of contenders throughout. Also, AFGRI, they're our sponsors for our mark of the day as well. Umpire throws up once again. Bootsma takes it out of the ruck, does well. Could have been holding the ball. Umpire says no. Doyle picks it up. Good tackle pressure there once again from Baldwin. It's caused a turnover. And nice work there by the 33 in Winters to go inside 50. Just overcooks that from Hooper, and it's going to be mopped up there. Hooper just does well to push that forward. And we'll have a ball up 20 metres out from the Narembeen goal. So the two rucks will sit there, get ready to reload. Good throw in by the umpire there. Handballs that one backward, snaps around his body. It's going to go right to the teeth of goal. And just out to the right-hand side. But a minor score on the board for Narembeen. They're first. And 7 minutes in, it is Corrigin leading by 6 points as the Tigers look to try and work their way out of defence now. It's going to come back. We hadn't seen a flag waved quite yet. And everyone's happy now. A bit of deja vu there as Corrigin go back the same way. Happy to just try and bring it out of defence slowly now. And a nice little chip kick there to the leading player in Watt. So Watt goes a nice lateral kick there. Back to the grandstand side of the ground, and they might be using the grandstand for a bit of protection from the wind now. Another nice little short kick there and finds Price. So Pricey goes the kick across the ground now, and they look to try and switch and open the ground up. They do it well. Have an opportunity to come out of defence now. Takes his second bounce. Got a player going through them. He's going to go across there to Crossland. Good mark there by Digby. Goes back in board. Not a great kick though, and it's going to be turned over 3-on-1. And here come Narembeen. Players streaming forward there. 2-on-2. Almost a good mark taken. No one able to take clean possession, but it's been popped out. It's going to go back inside 50 now. Spiggs set sail. And just out to the right-hand side once again. So another missed opportunity there for Narembeen. 2 out on the fulls so far. Now they look to bring in once again there. Nice work there by Price. Dropped to mark, but able to handball it forward there to his own advantage. Does his own follow-up work. And nice work there by Deanie Williams just to try and force that ball out of bounds as well. So grandstand side of the ground. Umpire throws in about 70 metres around from the Narembeen goal. And once again it is Spinks able to pick it up. Forces that ball back inside 50 there. Good follow-up work. Steps 1, steps 2. Shot on goal there by Connor Spinks. And out to the left-hand side this time. So lots of good inside 50 pressure there from this Narembeen side, but 10 minutes into this first quarter, it is still Corrigin leading 1-1-7. Narembeen just the 2 behinds. But just the way the game is feeling at the moment, it doesn't feel like we're far away from seeing that first Narembeen goal. And I'll tell you what, that is an absolutely beautiful kick back in there. And a nice mark taken over his head. Looks to try and move the ball nice and quickly now. Almost a mark taken from behind there by Hughes, but it's going to be picked up once again. Good work there by Spinks, handball across there. A nice kick inside 50. And a good mark and a good lead on that grandstand side. And he's marked it just on the paint of 50. And we'll sit there and look to try and set it up now. Just Baldwin. He's kicked 20 so far this year. Just pops it up nicely. And a nice kick to the play that led right into that pocket. And it is the sharpshooter there in James Kennedy. So Kennedy, as we mentioned, kicked 34 so far this year. And we'll look to kick Narembeen's first and give them the lead 10 minutes into this first quarter. Kennedy goes the check side, goes through the middle. And Narembeen take the lead. So 1 goal, 8 to Narembeen. Corrigin 1-1-7. Early stages of this McIntosh and Sons round 14 clash in the Eastern District Football League. And it is Narembeen leading by a solitary point. So Classic Clashes, once again, brought to you by Great Southern Fuel. Proud sponsor of the Classic Clashes. Blue Diamond Machinery for our Goal of the Day and AFCRI for our Mark of the Day. And once again, those beautiful Archie thongs for our best player on the ground. And already a few players are started to put their hands up now. One of these bootsmen as he looks to try and take the ball out of the ruck once again. Nice pick up there by Peter Kitt. And ball doesn't quite make it out of the centre square, and we'll have a ball up once again. So the 2 rucks go up. Bootsma able to do well that time against Gill. Ball's flicked out that time. It's going to go to Kitt. Looks to move the ball on nice and quickly. There's that play there in Baldwin. Able to pick it up. Goes onto his left boot. Goes inside 50. Not a great kick. It's going to get there. Goes to Hooper. Hooper runs. Kicks. And I think he has gold. No, it's gone right the way across the face. and it has got across the face there. So 3 out of bounds on the full for the Narembeen side so far. And wasting these opportunities early in this game. As the Tigers go and kick very, very close to the line there. And nice work using his body. Was the ex-West Coast Eagle there in Blaine Wilson. Goes a nice kick inside 50 there. And finds the big target up for their front there for Narembeen. In Jakey Solomon. So Solomon, another ex-Waffle listed player there through East Fremantle. Also kicked a few goals throughout this year. And normally an okay set shot is the big fella. And I tell you what, he has absolutely kicked that beautifully. Another goal on the ball for Narembeen. And they extend their lead out now 2-14. Corrigin 117. And we've got about 13 and a half in this first quarter. And I'll tell you what, for me, that is an early contender for the Blue Diamond Machinery goal of the day. So Jakey Solomon there. Used the wind absolutely beautifully. Drew it back. And he kicked a second goal there for Narembeen. As we mentioned, both of these teams look likely to play finals. Narembeen definitely in a qualifying final next week. And Corrigin looks to play an elimination final against the winner of Coolin Condinin and Burracoppin next weekend as well. As the ball doesn't quite get out of the centre circle. Umpire goes to reload again. Knocked down that time by Bootsman. It's picked up this time by Cody Duncan, throwing himself into the midfield. Nice kick inside 50 this time. Scoops it up well. Goes back to Kit. He looks to handball back there. Finds Kennedy. Kennedy goes inside 50 there. Almost a good mark taken there by Solomon. Kicked the last one off the ground, big fella. And it goes through. So second goal there for Jakey Solomon. And that's 2 in 2 minutes now, and they extend their lead out now 3-2-20. Corrigin 117, a margin of 13 points, and there's 15 minutes gone in this first quarter. So after a couple of early inside 50s and good pressure from the Corrigin side, Narembeen just looking to flex their muscles and really assert themselves on this contest. 11 wins and 2 losses for the year so far. And last time these two teams played, remember, it was Narembeen winning by 75 points. And Bootsma once again dominating in the ruck, but nice gang tackle there by 2 Tigers players. And we'll have a ball up right on the bullseye once again. Gill in the ruck this time for Narembeen, able to knock that one down. Picked up this time by Kennedy, who just kicks the ball forward again. Going to be a bit of one-on-one there. Ball trickles over the top. And Narembeen will look to try and put the pressure on forward again. Nice kick around the body. It's going to land to advantage. Ends up trickling a little bit further there and picked up by the Corrigin player. He looks to try and step inboard. Puts his player under pressure, but he does it well. And kicks out to the outer side there and just floats out of bounds. And we'll have a free kick once again to Narembeen. And it's going to come back through the number 13 there in Sprigg. Not a great kick. It's been turned over, and good work there by the Tigers player just to cut that one off. Decides to switch the ball. Finds the 44 in Watt. So Watt looks to move once again. And they like to run and carry out of defence, and this normally works pretty well for them. Making the ground nice and big. Free kick this time, and the player will look to try and move the ball nice and quickly there once again through McCleary. Bit of stagnant movement ahead. Good kick there, juggled mark, and it's been marked by Hill. So Hill probably about 70 metres out from goal. He's got Bartlett in the square leading at him. Decides to go backyard, not a great kick, and it's been picked off by Narembeen. And they'll look to try and bring it through the middle of the ground now. Player on this broadcast side now and decides to go that way and goes to Chris Shaw. Shaw just looking for players to go at him now, and not a great kick inside 50. has been picked off by that Tigers player in the last line of defence there in Ludlow. So Ludlow decides to switch once again, and they'll look to try and come out there through the number 13 there in Dixon. Dixon decides to go back, and a nice little chip over the top once again. So Narembeen just doing well to hold these Tigers players in. They look to chip it across once again. Taking their time out of defence now. And great pressure by the Narembeen side. Plenty of kick to kick, lots of fantasy points out there today. Reminiscent of what the Dockers used to do at the beginning of the season. Not a lot to go to now. He's going to have to go long down the line, and this is where the risky kick comes. Floating across the front. It's worked out well and finds Riley Hill. He looks to move the ball nice and quickly down. It's worked out well. Goes to Whitwer. Whitwer chips it up. Not a great kick. It's going to work out okay though. Bootsman puts his head over the ball. Could have been taken high there by Baldwin. Umpire said nothing doing. And after all that, ball's back in the middle of the ground. And we'll have a ball up once again. 19 minutes gone into this first quarter. And Narembeen leading by 13 points. And good tackle there by Kit. And a ball up almost right on the bullseye once again. So Gill in the ruck. Brings that one down this time. And the Tigers will look to try and bring it out now. Player all by himself. It's going to sit all right for him. It's McCleary. So McCleary steps inside. Handballs to a player that wasn't there in the end. That's going to be mopped up by the Narembeen side. Handballs back and goes to Wilson. So Wilson kicks long there. Good pick up that time by Baldwin. He steps inside, steps through one, handballs to himself. Trying to do it all, Baldwin. Kicks long inside 50 there. Good score from behind, but Sharks picked up beautifully. And the easiest of goals for the Narembeen player. They put their fourth on the board. 4 goals to 26. Corrigin 117 as we tick on to 20 minutes in this first quarter. And great work by that Narembeen player there. So Narembeen really flexing their muscles now as they extend out to a 19-point margin. Umpire throws up once again. Tigers players just try to bring it out. Could have been taken high. Umpire says no. Knocked down this time by the Tigers player. They'll look to try and go through a set of hands now. Great tackle there from Kennedy from behind. Umpire says I'll have that one back once again. So ball up. Good knockdown that by the Narembeen ruckman there in Reish. And we'll have another stoppage. So getting quite hard to get the ball out of it, but the last goal scorer there in Spinks picks it up. He's tackled. And a 5th stoppage in a row there. Nice knockdown by Reach once again. Tigers players looking to try and bring it out there. Player falls on his feet there in Spinks. Ball dragged back in once again though. And another ball up. So Corrigin just trying to keep that ball in, take the sting out there, but it's kicked inside 50 there through Connor Spinks. Ball's going to go over the top. How will it sit? Sits well. Picked up by Hooper. And he goes across the face of goal once again. And I'll tell you what, I reckon Jaden Hooper has kicked the ball out of bounds on the full 3 times so far in this game. Sometimes when it's not your day, it's not your day. As they look to try and bring it out of defence now are the Tigers players. Good little chip kick. Finds Price. So Price has a runner there coming out of defence now. Will look to try and switch it. Risky kick. Might work out all right. Does indeed. It finds Hughes. What's the umpire paid here? He's just told him to take it back and take his mark. So Declan Hughes, centre of the ground, chips it up to the leading player, goes over the top there, and great mark there once again by Blaine Wilson. Handballs it off now, goes to Spinks. That's the Heath variety, kicks inside 50. 2-on-1 contest. Hooper was the target once again, picked up at the back of the pack, off the ground, and that is 3 first quarter goals for Jakey Solomon. And I'll tell you what, he's put himself up for a Blue Diamond Machinery goal of the day, and I'll tell you what, he might find himself wearing a nice pair of Archie's thongs as well, the big fella. So 5-2-32 Narembeen. Corrigin 1-1-7 after doing all the early scoring, but now is out to a lead of 25 points, about 23 and a half minutes gone in this first quarter. So plenty to do at quarter time for this Corrigin side. The joint coaches there in Joshy Bootsma and Brod Walton. They'll be needing to reset and reload, ready to go. Nice kick inside 50. Blaine Wilson does very well to body out there. Nice work below that one with Coppin. Ball flicked across there, and it's going to work out well. It's going to be picked up by McCleary. He goes on to the left there. Nice kick. And fires the number 6 there in Riley Hill. So Hill right on the paint of 50. Doesn't want to kick long by the looks of it, looking for some shorter targets. But Narembeen, look, they box up very nicely now. It's going to land about 15 metres out. Bootsma was the target. That's all he was waiting for, Joshy Bootsma, to get down there. And he takes a mark. And he'll sit there and have a shot from directly in front, about 25 metres out. And this is a much-needed goal for the Corrigin side. He kicks his first of this game, his 33rd of the season, and brings that margin back to 19 points. Narembeen 5-2-32, Corrigin 2-1-13, as we tick right on to 25 minutes in this first quarter. That was good ball movement there once again from the Corrigin side, McCleary to Hill, and then he just waited and he knew the big fella was going to get down there in Bootsma. So umpire throws up once again. Good work by Reish there in the ruck. The number 11 there in Whitwer, also in the ruck, the captain for the Corrigin side. And they'll look to try and go inside 50 once again. Another good kick. Just overcooks it though. And a good mark across there by half-back by Mortimer. He'll look to sit there and kick long. Price up there in that marking contest. Free kick against Price. And the veteran absolutely filthy about that one. So 180 game veteran of the Corrigin side, Sammy Price. He grew up here and then he moved back to Perth. Still travels each week to come and play for the Corrigin Tigers. Now look to try and go inside 50 once again. Narembeen through Baldwin, and Solomon can't quite take that mark. And it goes out of bounds. Umpire said out on the full. It'll be a free kick to the Tigers once again. They'll look to try and kick long. Pack of players forms. Baldwin almost picks that mark up, but shark there by the Tigers player. He kicks long, and good body work that time by Hughes. So Hughes uses his left foot. Goes a running play there, but it's picked off, and well picked off there by Chris Shaw. He looks to try and kick inside 50, and that is a great kick. And finds the leading player there for the Narembeen side. We'll go back and have a shot on goal from about the paint of 50, 45-degree angle. And let's see what Tommy Baldwin can do with this one. So also another contender for the Archie's thong so far. Baldwin been pretty handy. Kicked 20 goals for the season so far. Been the best players 8 times. And looks to be setting himself up well this time. He'll need to just start it out left. So Baldwin kicks from about 47 metres out, starts at left, falls over. And I'll tell you what, he still kicked it. Now, for me, that is a genuine contender for the Blue Diamond Machinery Goal of the day. If you can roll in from 50, end up stacking it and still put it through the big sticks, that has got to be an absolute contender there. So Narembeen's 6-2-38, Corrigin 2-1-13. A margin of 25 points as we tick on to 28 minutes gone in this first quarter. This round 14 clash of the McIntosh and Sons Eastern District Football League. Narembeen qualifying final next week and showing why they are as good as they are. The umpire's found a free kick there, a holding free kick, and it will go to Corrigin now. Can they sneak one late? Nice little chip kick there. Finds himself about 65 metres out from goal. Waiting for Bootsman to lead, and there he is. Bit of a shorter kick, doesn't quite get to him. Will do his own follow-up work there. A nice tackle there from behind by Heath Spinks. And we'll have a ball up 55 metres out from Corrigin's goal. So throw it once again. No one able to take clean possession out of the ruck this time. And we'll have a ball up once again. So Bootsma throws himself back in, puts the knee in and does very well to bring that one down, but it's been turned over. They look to try and go forward now through Williams. He kicks it inside 50, picks up this time, goes on goal. And just out to the left-hand side, it was Jordan Garlick, but it will register for a minor score. And at quarter time of this McIntosh and Sons Eastern Districts round 14 clash, it is the league leaders in Narembeen leading 6-3-39. Corrigin 2-1-13, a margin of 16 points. Goal scorers so far in this game. We've had 3 to Jakey Solomon, 1 to Connor Spinks, 1 to James Kennedy, and 1 to Tommy Baldwin. And for the home side in Corrigin, 1 to Joshy Bootsman and 1 to the 150 gamer in Graydon Bartlett. We'll go to a short break. We'll be back on the other side for second quarter action out here from Corrigin Town Oval.
At Great Southern Fuels, we know fuel and we know service. We've been doing it for over 40 years. We're a family business, we employ locals and we support the communities we operate in. But don't just take it from us. Hear what our customers have to say.
They're driven by local people, they're great community contributors.
We use Great Southern Fuels because they give us a fantastic service at the right price.
You can rely on them no matter what. It's just a phone call away and the tanks are full.
Why would you go anywhere else?
Great Southern Fuels. Reliability you can trust.
For a limited time only, we've got Honda generators, free delivery until the end of this month of March only. They're super compact, reliable Japanese generators. For more information, check out our website or give us a call.
Umpiring. It is for everyone.
My name's Nick Essler. I'm the National Operations Manager for Blue Diamond Machinery. I've been with the business for 18 months. Blue Diamond Machinery, we've got a great team environment. We encourage input from all of our staff, from warehouse workers to electricians to engineers and sales team, to help us move our customers towards a cleaner future. So we're looking to fill the roles of electrical technicians, both within our production areas and field service, mechanical technicians to support our growing fleet, warehouse workers nationally, fabricators and sheet metal workers to help support our new Blue Diamond engineering facility opening up in Henderson this year. If you'd like to help us deliver quality products, great service and help transition the industry to a cleaner future, we'd love to hear from you.
And back here at Corrigin Town Oval for this McIntosh and Sons round 14 clash between Corrigin and Narembeen. And at the first break, it is the away side, the league leaders in Narembeen, leading this one 6-3-39. Corrigin 2-1-13. And look, as promised a little bit earlier, I have a couple of guests throughout the day. And for this second quarter, I'm joined by the team manager out here at Corrigin in Darryl Smith. And Smithy, how'd you find the first quarter, mate?
Yeah, it was a hard one, wasn't it? We had a fair bit of the ball, just never took our opportunities, I think.
Look, and they look pretty handy early, the Corrigin side, and as you mentioned, probably should have had a couple more, but, mate, good to see the 150-gamer in Graydon Bartlett kick the first for the game as well.
Yeah,
and
straight back to the back line.
Yeah, there you go. And look, was that the plan, basically, for the day, to try and get him on the scoreboard?
Oh, if I had anything to do with it, he wouldn't leave the back line. He'd stay down there. But
yeah, pretty handy down there as well. Look, big day for the club, obviously. We were just talking off there, air, about how the finals shaping up next week. And, I mentioned, obviously, it's going to be Narembeen and Southern Cross in a qualifying final next week.
Yep.
And I said, look, Corrigin absolutely safe. Then you threw a doomsday one at me with if Barracoppin and Coolin Condon have a draw, you might be knocked out. But, geez, we don't want to be thinking those kind of scenarios.
Yeah. So, but hopefully that doesn't happen.
As Corrigin go on goal now, it's going to go all the way, and a good mark on the last line there by Chrissy Shaw there for Narembeen. Now, you've been down there at ground level. How are you finding that breeze out there? It looks pretty tricky from up this way.
Yeah, tricky. I don't think it's definitely not a bloody 4-goal breeze or whatever it is, but I think it is a bit tricky.
Yeah, and look, how do you normally find the breeze down here? What does it normally do for those listeners that are tuning in from throughout the state?
Well, this year it's been pretty good. We've haven't really had to deal with too much wind at all, but normally from this end here, the north straight through, or the northwest, heading that way.
Beautiful. And just out to the right-hand side there for the Corrigin player. So doing a bit of attacking to start this second quarter are Corrigin, and with a 26-point deficit at the moment, they'll need to do a little bit now as Narembeen look to try and bring the ball in there, and a nice mark there by Nick Winters. Obviously, you've played these guys about round 4, I think it was. Unfortunately, a 75-point loss to Narembeen that day. Look, they obviously, good mark by the captain coach, or sorry, not the captain, the co-coach there in Joshy Bootsma. And he looks to go with a nice barrel inside 50 there. It's going to go all the way to the line. Go, go, go. And well picked up by Narembeen there as they look to try and bring it out of defence. Nice kick, good mark. And finds the number 2 there in Dean Williams. Look, Narembeen, they obviously spread pretty well. You saw them in that round 4 clash. They probably the team to beat in this competition this year.
100%, yeah.
Yeah,
we were travelling pretty well then, we thought, until we come up against them, and they were, definitely a league above us in that game.
And Southern Cross, obviously second on the ladder. They've got a bit of talent rolling around as well.
Yeah, I think they get a few through Swan Districts, or maybe the Swans Reserves. They had a couple of Sudanese blokes come around for them. They were very handy footballers.
Yeah, look, I've seen a couple of theirs. I know there's a young fella, Bash Muley, that I had across at Swan Districts there for a while. Pretty handy player, and I can imagine him running amok out on grounds out here.
We had them here 2 weeks ago, I think, or a couple of games ago. We beat them, but yeah, they were very handy.
And the ball in defence now for Corrigin. They look to try and bring it out, and there's the veteran there in Price. He's just strolling out of defence now. That beard is absolutely sensational. Good handball there, goes to Bootsma, and I'll tell you what, he can only kick barrels now as he barrels that one forward and just rolls out of bounds. And I'll tell you what,
to touch that one, wouldn't it?
Absolutely right. I like to put a bit of mayo on things, but he's launched that at least 80, surely. Absolutely beautiful kick there. So Joshy Bootsma, obviously, he's been back here for a while. His old man there, and Brad, obviously the coach a while ago as well. How has it been having someone like Josh, obviously, involved at the footy club?
Yeah, we're extremely lucky to have him here. With his old man here for a while too, which was he was great with coaching and playing. And then with Josh to get the job at CVH and move in, and just his guidance for the young fellas, it's very good. And obviously his talent as a footballer. So yeah, we're pretty lucky to have blokes like that. But then Narembeen in the same sentence, they pick up a couple of blokes out of the waffle, and they're pretty lucky in that sense as well,
Yeah, look, it makes a big difference. Obviously, a co-coach there in Brad Walton. Yep. Brod's first year, is it, or second year?
First year as a co-coach.
Yep.
But he's been travelling up for probably 3 or 4 now.
Yep.
Maybe longer, actually. But yeah, he broke his collarbone last week, so he had surgery, I think, on Thursday, and he's down on the bench coaching now, yeah.
Beautiful. I had Brod when I used to be the footy manager at West Perth. Yep. I've got very fond memories of coming out and doing clinics out at Corrigin back in the day as well. And a really good young man across at West Perth at the time, and probably didn't quite get his body where it needs. He'd end up with knee injuries and all that kind of stuff. And but I've always thought that he was going to be a pretty good coach going forward.
Yeah, absolutely. He talks really well. And I think he's done a knee since he's been here as well. So I think he won at West Perth one year, and now the collarbone. So he was fairly upset last weekend.
Oh, I bet he would have been. Opportunity here for Corrigin. Be used to the breeze. It's going to sit up in the breeze, goes right across the face. Almost a good mark taken. Bootsma just out to the right-hand side, a minus score. So 2-14. Corrigin Narembeen still leading 6-3-39.
At least we're starting to do a bit of attack in this quarter. We're holding it down there a bit, which is good.
Yeah, look, good pressure there by the Corrigin side. And look, over that scoreboard there, is that a Dyson and Jones scoreboard? Is that the major sponsor? Yeah, Dyson Jones scoreboard.
Yeah.
There's now
new scoreboard that Scotty's organised.
It looks absolutely sensational.
That was the last one. We had a bit of trouble seeing the numbers, but this one's perfect.
And Narembeen looking to try and bring it out of defence there. Good work by Corrigin just to half that contest. And we'll have a ball up right on the Corrigin offensive 50 there.
That's number 13, Blake Dixon, one of our better footballers. Local mechanic here at Hutton Northey.
And I've noticed been the best players about 8 or so times this year, and surely might be a chance for the league medal possibly later in the year.
Yeah, absolutely. Be Yeah, red hot favourite, I reckon.
Right in the mix, you reckon? He kicks it over the top there. A nice mark there by Corrigin.
Captain Kendall.
So he'll sit there.
Jared Coppins on the lead.
So good work there by Kennedy just to try and bring it out there. It's going to go to Baldwin. Handy play there for Narembeen. Goes on to his left. And here goes Pricey. You sit there and try and mop up there. Good pressure there from behind. Able to get rid of that ball. Umpire said hold the ball. And Pricey will be absolutely filthy with that one as Garlick gets the free kick. So Garlick kicks along. It's not going to quite get inside 50. Bootsma drops one he would have taken. Good follow-up pressure there. Ball turned over. No, Bootsma goes down, picks it up, and it's going to go back this time to Dixon. Had the ball smothered. It's going to come back inside 50. Just overcooks that handball there. But Winters finds himself with a bit of time. Waiting for targets to go there. There's Solomon. Oh, I tell you what, that is a contender for the AFCRI mark of the day. Kicked 3 in the first quarter already and took an absolutely beautiful one-handed mark there, and look, he's proven to be a problem, that forward, the big fella there.
He's a big boy, isn't he? Well, I think the 3 he got in that first quarter, he was just hanging out the back as well. Every one of them just stuck over the back to him, and away he went.
So Jakey Solomon, ex-East Fremantle player there, played a bit of league footy across there and been pretty handy for Narembeen, and just misses that one there. So couldn't finish off his good work, and a bit of a let-off for the Corrigin side now as Sam Price looks to try and bring it out of the fence once again. Goes a nice little short kick. Good kick there. Should have marked that one. Wasn't able to. Could have been taken high. Umpire says, yes, you were. And he's been knocked in the head there. Hope he's going to be all right. And the umpire calls a time off.
That's Ben Feathers. He had a whole year off last year, broke his ankle in a scratch match in, I think we're on Manning Oval.
Yeah, okay.
Compound fracture, so this is his first year back from that.
And I tell you what, Benny just runs and runs and runs, doesn't he?
Yeah. He's up and about.
Good to see. So Featherston Hall, he kicks it across there. Nice mark there.
Cam Sturgis.
So Sturgis with the ball in hand. Doesn't mind taking it on. That is a great kick out that side. Can't see the boundary line out that side.
Yeah, he's only 16, young Jared, so he's doing really well in here.
Doing any development stuff with West Perth or anything?
He was, so he hasn't now. It's really hard for him to travel backwards and forwards.
So he's a local, not a border or anything like that? Yeah, okay.
He goes to Cunderton at the moment, but yeah, it's a bit of a mission.
Yeah. I'm trying to think. I don't remember any of the young fellas from my time when I was going through. Benny Doyle was always a pretty handy young player. I remember about the same time as a couple of Antonio boys out from Merredon Way as well.
Yep. Yeah, we went down for a little bit, and it's a 3-hour drive from here to Joondalup Oval.
Yeah.
On a Wednesday and a Friday, or whatever the trainers were, Monday and Wednesdays, I think.
Yeah, a bit of a mission down there.
It is, yep. So we've got Barley Peacock lining up. Been a handy pickup for the club, moved to town, working with a farmer, a local farmer. Not a good kick, though.
And just out to the right-hand side. We had a few go out of bounds on the full out to that side so far and end up on the chest of number 4 in Cody Duncan, always been a good player for Narembeen. Duncan, was he Bruce Rock back in the day, Cody Duncan?
I'm not sure. I've always known him to be Narembeen since I've been here. Yeah, very good footballer. Nice bloke to go with it too.
As they look to try and kick there, well packed up that time by Hewitt, or handballs backwards there, finds Price. I'll tell you what, he's getting an absolute bucket load of it today is Sammy Price, and kicks across, finds Riley Hill. I've liked some of the work of Hill so far as well. Called to play on, goes the short little 45 there, and finds Blakey Dixon. So Dixon goes laterally there. Nice kick.
Out to Cam Sturgis.
So Sturgis will look to try and chip it inside 50 there. Leading player. Can't quite take that mark there. Was Bartlett. Ball hits the ground. It's going to be mopped up. Players jump on top and we'll have a ball up about 40 metres out from the Corrigin goal. So he mentioned obviously off air a little bit before. Handy players out there today, but look, missing a few as well.
Missing a few, yeah. I suppose everyone is, but this time of year everyone's getting a bit sore. But probably got maybe 7 or 8 out of this league side. And we have one bloke go out early. today, so we had to bring someone up from the resis, bring him out at half time. So
Gotcha. And just
it's fairly normal, I think, for this time of year.
Yeah, absolutely it is. So another minor score there for Corrigin. They continue to chip away at this lead, but it is still Narembeen leading by 25 points, and I reckon that's out on the full. Yes, it is, and we'll come back to Blakey Dixon now. So, look, any of those, you mentioned about 6 or 7 players out. If we go back and go through and make finals next week, which we're obviously planning on doing, any of those be back next week, you reckon?
Yeah, I think we'll get a couple.
Yep.
Well, hopefully. I think, obviously, not Brod. I think he's done for the year.
Yeah.
So, yeah, we should get a couple back.
And nice kick inside 50 that time by Benny Dorr. Just goes over the top there, but it's going to be mopped up. They'll look to try and link out a defence now through Narembeen. Good ball movement there. Nice kick through the middle of the ground. It works out well for him. Picked up by Jay Gill.
Well,
good tackle there from behind. Umpire decides to let it play, and they'll look to try and kick it down the outer side. Umpire's found something.
Didn't like the bump late, I don't think.
No, I think you're right. It will be a free kick, and it's going to be down the ground and come to Jakey Solomon. 3-goal kicker so far. Kicks it forward there, finds Baldwin. So normally a pretty good user of the ball. 65 metres out. Waits for the leading player. He's going to go long over the top, and that is a good kick. Almost a good mark taken there. Could have been paid. Umpire says no. I think he got the first and second bite, but not the third, unfortunately.
I would have paid it, but I'm pretty one-eyed.
I would have paid it as well. That's what I was hoping for. I like a bit of theatre there. Well done by Solomon. Goes down to Spinks. Bouncing on goal. And Connor Spinks just to the left-hand side.
Out of bounds throw in, I think, is it?
And goes out of bounds, and we will have a throw in, making the boundary umpire work.
They're very well organised, Narembeen, when they come out of the back line, aren't they?
Yeah, look, you see the way they set up behind the footy. It is pretty good. And
their spread's good.
Yeah. So good throw in once again. Solomon takes it out of the ruck, snaps around the body. And just out to the left-hand side. So 3 goals, 2 now for the big fella. And we each and every week we have the Archie's thongs that we give to our best player on the ground, and I'll tell you what, Johnny Douglas is next to us on the camera. I reckon when we get off air we might see if we can sort you out with a pair as well, depending on what we've got.
I did notice them last time you were here.
And I'll tell you what, the players absolutely love them when they get them, and Jakey Solomon, he's going to be right up there for Narembeen today in the best player on the ground, and also for the mark of the day and for the Blue Diamond Machinery goal of the day. Handballs off there to Spinks. That's for the Heath variety. Kicks inside 50. Good pressure there. Going to turn that one over. Steps inside. Oh, an absolute comedy of errors. Oh, and he's legged him apparently. Oh, umpire unlucky there by the Corrigin defender, and it will be a free kick, and it's going to go to Cam Hills, and he'll go and kick almost a guaranteed 7th goal for Narembeen, but such good work there by Riley Hill. Really unlucky.
I think Riley had him holding the ball about 3 times. But anyway, that's the way it goes.
And we always go by the umpire's decision.
Absolutely.
Steps back, kicks. And that's the first goal actually in this second quarter. Low scoring second quarter. And on the Dyson Jones scoreboard, 7-5-47 Narembeen now. Corrigin 2-3-15. If my maths is right, that's a margin of 32 points.
Enough creeping up anyway. Like you said, that's that first goal for the game, but for the quarter. But yeah, it's going to take some good football to peg it back. How good's this oval look?
Oh, look, it is absolutely mint. When we first went to air today, I said, look, you couldn't get better conditions. 23, 24 degrees. A little bit of a breeze out there, but absolutely sensational.
Today could be raining.
Oh, mate, I'm glad I'm out here today. It's probably one of my favourite actual country towns to head out to. Absolutely love it. As Bootsman takes that one out of the ruck, picks up that time by Connor Spinks. He's tackled, and we'll have a ball up just outside the bullseye once again. So Bootsma will sit there and tap that one down against Jay Gill. Does very well to do that there. It's going to come down to Coop Sprigg. He handballs back inboard, and here comes that ball movement out of the middle from Narembeen. Good tackle, holding the ball, umpire. And it is well done there by Corrigin. Handballs that one off, goes to Bootsma, of course you do. Big up and under kick there, inside 50. Ball goes over the top, lands off the boots of that play there. Could have been legged there. Umpire says no. Narembeen will look to try and bring it out there. He steps back inside, and I think he goes back back to Kennedy. He steps back inboard, and that is a sensational kick out of defence and finds Cooper Sprigg. So Sprigg brings it down the outer side now. Heath Spinks can't quite pick it up, but well done there by the player there from Corrigin to go back inside 50 once again. Almost good body work taken there. And well done going over the top there by Narembeen, but handballs back into a dangerous position. And the players jump on top and will have a ball up 40 metres out from the Corrigin goal.
I think it was unlucky not to be paid a mark, that, or even high from Bailey Peacock then.
Definitely a bit stiff there, I reckon, as well. So it'll be Mortimer going up in the ruck that time against Bootsma, I think it was. No, it was the other player there from Corrigin, but Narembeen looking to try and bring the ball through the middle of the ground. Bit of a leg race. Well done on the bottom of that pack there by the Corrigin player just to hold it in. And we'll have a ball up about 60 metres out from the Narembeen goal. So 17.5 minutes gone in this second quarter, and still a 32-point lead to Narembeen. They'll look to try and bring the ball back inside 50 now through Kit. Good kick, good lead.
Beautiful kick.
And it lands on the chest of Jaden Hooper. So Hoops already kicked 3 out of bounds on the full to start this game now. 60 metres out, just sets that one up. Almost a good kick there, landed on the chest of Hills. Well picked up that time by the Tigers defender there in Zachy Ludlow, and we'll have a ball up about 15 metres around from the goal there. Well done by the umpire, just waiting for the laces to be tied. Solomon just handballs that back into a dangerous position. Umpire says holding the ball, and unlucky there by Watt, but he's decided to play advantage, and that's a goal there to Narembeen. And once again, that was a big fella there in Jakey Solomon. He kicks his fourth and extends the lead out now. 38 points on the Dyson Jones scoreboard. 8-5-53 to Narembeen. Corrigin 2-3-15. And look, as we get closer to half time, probably about 10 minutes now, what do you think the message is going to be from Josh and from Rod?
It's a bit of a tough one, isn't it? They just spread that well, so maybe let's go man on man and just try and slow them down a little bit. Maybe slow our ball movement down a bit too. Try and wait to get a free target and hit them up from there. Yeah, look, what I've noticed, I think, Josh seems to be winning a fair bit of the ball, like down on the first kind of hit out there, but a lot of the time it really seems to be going to those Narembeen midfielders. They're just reading it that little bit better now. Yep. So, need to do a little bit of work around the stoppages at the moment as Narembeen get a free kick once again, and a great kick there to Baldwin. Just lands off his chest, but it's going to be picked up this time by the Tigers player, and it goes back to Dixon. He handballs across there, goes to Price, and just pops up a nice little kick there, overcooks it, and it's marked on the chest there of Blaine Wilson. Obviously a really handy player there for the Narembeen side. So they'll look to go inside 50 again. Once again, the target looked like it was going to be Solomon, and he kicks that one off the deck there. Good work there by the Tigers player just to push that one forward. And they've got numbers at the ball now. And the umpire happy to come in and grab it and ball it up 70 metres around from the Corrigin defensive goal. So Bootsma once again taps it down to his own advantage, knocks it, then kicks it forward. Bit of a leg race there. Featherston Hoare is there. And he's found a free kick, and it is going to come to Narembeen once again. And just goes the lateral kick and finds Williams. So Williams goes the long kick now. Not going to quite go inside 50. Hooper was the target. Could have been held that time, was Ludlow. Umpire happy to let it go. Good pick up that time. Steps 1, steps 2. And that is great work there by Riley Hill. But not a great kick turned over and finds Ron Clark. He goes a long switch there. And that is a great kick. Finds Cody Duncan, the left footer. Looks to go and charge through the middle of the ground. Takes one bounce, takes 2. Will go the distance. Kicks inside 50.
Oh, great spoil over the top. Almost mixes him at the same time. Picks up, snaps around his body, and that is a contender for the Blue Diamond Machinery goal of the day. Tommy Baldwin kicks his second of the game, and Narembeen extend their lead out 9-5-59 to Corrigin 2-3-15. A margin now of 44 points, and I'll tell you what, I love the spoil over the top, but unfortunately, Tommy Baldwin, that was a great pick up and snap on goal.
Read the play well, didn't he? Yeah.
So all to do for Corrigin in this second half, but after a really promising start to this second quarter, Narembeen have just gone bang, 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 and now lead this game by 44 points. As the umpire brings the ball back to the middle of the ground once again, Bootsman knocks it down. He spinks at the bottom of that one there for Narembeen. Bootsman just follows up, does his own work, but turns the ball over. It's going to go back inside 50 once again. And here's that player in Baldwin. He will jump across on his left, and of course he does. It's going to go to Hooper as the target. Price needs to come there. Can't quite get there, but well done by their Price. Umpire says he is infringed, and it will be a free kick there to Jaden Hooper. So far he's kicked one out of bounds on the full to the left, two out to the right. Surely he can't kick the fourth out on the bounds on the full, but I reckon Big Dale Smith here will be pretty happy if he does.
His fingers across.
So Hooper will launch from probably just about 40 metres out. Not much of an angle this time. Hooper. Not much better, I'll tell you what. That would have almost gone out of full. Baldwin's picked it up. He's kicked across the face of goal, and somehow that hasn't ended up in a score for anyone. As Corrigin looks to try and bring that ball out of attack there through Hill. Doesn't quite work out there. It's going to be turned over. Kennedy got rid of the handball. Goes across to Spinks. And he's tackled there by Blakey Dixon. And we'll have a ball up right in front of the interchange gates out here at Corrigin Town Oval. Bootsman in the ruck once again. Handball's a dangerous one back inboard there. And it's a kick inside 50. What's the umpire found? It's going to be down the ground. And it will be a free kick against the Corrigin play there. And it was on Nick Winters. And we're going to have another shot on goal here. And it's going to go to Tommy Baldwin once again.
Looks like it's against Josh. I didn't see it though.
And look, starting to be a bit of frustration out there for a few of the Corrigin boys now. They know they're working hard, just not quite able to get the result, and that's resulting in a couple of free kicks here at the moment. And I never throw any bias in there as well, but look, might have been a bit unlucky, I think, with a couple of free kicks so far in this game, and I think the players might be a bit frustrated by that now. As Baldwin
had a curse on this one, mate, like you've been doing to Hooper.
Absolutely. So this is going to go out to the right-hand side, I reckon, here from Tommy Baldwin. Kicks it low. And we do it well. Another behind there for the Narembeen side. And Darryl Smith pretty happy with that one. But they do keep creeping ahead here. 9-6-60 on the Dyson and Jones scoreboard. Corrigin at 2-3-15. And this McIntosh and Sons round 14 clash. So there's a margin of 45 points. Just couldn't quite hit the target. Might work all right. It's picked up that time by Watt. But not a great kick. And it goes out of bounds on the full. Just in that interchange gates area. And Kennedy will sit there and try and pick it up. He looks to try and play on nice and quickly there. And once again, Baldwin's got his own footy in this second quarter. And after missing just to the left-hand side, surely he does better for the Narembeen side at this time now. So it's going to be a tough kick. He'll kick from probably almost the paint of 50. It looks like he's going to set it up. Waits for the leading play there. And a smart kick inside 50 and finds Peter Kett. And just caught the defender napping there.
Yeah, not good enough from Corrigin, not manning up there.
I'll tell you what though, Bill Featherston he looks absolutely spent at the moment.
Yeah, he does.
So Kett is going to kick from about the same spot that Tommy Baldwin did before. The left footer, can he do better? It's not even going to make the distance. And fisted through on the last line of the defence for another minor score. And on the Dyson Jones scoreboard, 9-7-61. Corrigin 2-3-15. 26 gone in this second quarter. As Price decides to play on. Bit of a mongrel punt off the boot there.
Flower bagged it, didn't he?
It was indeed, and finds Cody Duncan. He kicks it back inboard. Could have been taken high. Umpire says no. Good pressure there from Doyle. Nice follow-up work there from White. Umpire says play on, but it's picked up once again and handballs back inboard. Finds Hewitt. So Hewitt kicks right through the middle of the ground there. Good pressure there by the Corrigin player. Just a half that one. But nice work there by the player there from Narembeen. It's going to be turned over and it's picked up by the 32 there from Corrigin. And at half-time on the Dyson and Jones scoreboard, it is Narembeen leading 9-7-61, Corrigin 2-3-15. And a big margin for the away side here. 46 points is the margin to Narembeen. And look, Darryl Smith all to do for Corrigin in the second half.
Absolutely. Fair bit of work to do now, isn't there?
Absolutely right. Look, mate, thank you so much for spending a bit of time up here in this second quarter and adding to this great game out here in Corrigin. The 150th for Graydon Bartlett, and look, hopefully we have a better second half coming up from Corrigin.
Absolutely. Thanks for having me up here, guys.
No worries.
No wonder you like it.
Absolutely. Thanks again, Darryl. And look, as we go to half-time here, Narembeen leading by 46 points. We'll go to a short break and we'll see you on the other side for third quarter action.
At Great Southern Fuels, we know fuel and we know service. We've been doing it for over 40 years. We're a family business, we employ locals, and we support the communities we operate in. But don't just take it from us. Hear what our customers have to say.
They're driven by local people. They're great community contributors.
We use Great Southern Fuels because they give us a fantastic service at the right price.
You can rely on them no matter what. Just a phone call away and the tanks are full.
Why would you go anywhere else?
Great Southern Fuels. Reliability you can trust.
For a limited time only, we've got Honda generators, free delivery until the end of this month of March only. They're super compact, reliable Japanese generators. For more information, check out our website or give us a call.
Umpiring. It is for everyone.
My name's Nick Essler. I'm the National Operations Manager for Blue Diamond Machinery. I've been with the business for 18 months. Blue Diamond Machinery, we've got a great team environment. We encourage input from all of our staff, from warehouse workers to electricians to engineers and sales team, to help us move our customers towards a cleaner future. So we're looking to fill the roles of electrical technicians, both within our production areas and field service, mechanical technicians to support our growing fleet, warehouse workers nationally, fabricators and sheet metal workers to help support our new Blue Diamond engineering facility opening up in Henderson this year. If you'd like to help us deliver quality products, great service and help transition the industry to a cleaner future, we'd love to hear from you.
Yeah, hold on a minute. And third quarter action back here for the McIntosh and Sons Eastern Districts Football League round 14 clash between Corrigin and Narembeen, and on the Dyson Jones scoreboard at half time it was the away side in Narembeen leading 9-7-61, Corrigin 2-3-15, a margin of 46 points, and all to do for Corrigin in this second half. Had the pleasure of sitting down with the team manager in Daryl Smith for Corrigin in this second quarter, and in the third quarter here I'm joined by the assistant coach from Narembeen, Clip Butler, or Bunk. Mate, how are you going?
Yeah, good, mate. It's a pretty warm day here in Corrigin, but obviously there's been plenty of rain about, so yeah, we can we'll get one warm up anyway, as long as there's rain afterwards.
Beautiful. And look, sensational conditions out here today, and look, I haven't been out to Corrigin for a while, but mate, beautiful ground to play footy on.
It's sensational viewing here at Corrigin, and obviously, sitting up there in the bank, it's good viewing for all the spectators, and obviously it's not a big crowd here today with netball and sort of hockey being somewhere else, but there's always good numbers here at Corrigin, so it's a great facility.
And look, good start by the Narembeen boys today. Obviously, minor premiership sign up, get to play a qualifying final against Southern Cross. Good start today. I tell you what, this bloke going for his fifth now, Jakey Solomon, he's gone absolutely berserk today. Big day for the big fella.
It is a big day, mate. He's been out for a sort of 5 or 6 weeks. He's sort of come back the last 2 weeks, and he's a big unit, mate, down there, and I feel sorry for the defenders playing on him, but he's a bloke that comes back from Perth, and he has done for the last, I think this is his second year, he's a valuable player to us, and we hope he plays a big role in our finals campaign.
Oh, look here, a very, very handy player there, and I think if I remember right, out of East Fremantle possibly back in the day, and
South Fremantle as well.
South Freo as well, so look, been a really, really handy pickup there as well. I noticed he wasn't right up there in the goals kicked for the league, so I assumed he must have been out for a little while. But yeah, look, very, very handy play there. A couple of boys I've really liked there that I haven't seen a lot of before is the two Spinks boys. Yeah. Both pretty handy young guys as well.
Yeah, they're both working in the town. One's doing an apprenticeship plumbing, and the other one's in Athbury there doing an apprenticeship. He might have actually still doing an apprenticeship, and yeah, they're boys that have sort of come to the town, and we've got a lot of Jerramungup boys playing for us, so they don't. Jerramungup aren't a big fan of us, but we cherish having those boys playing for us. So no, they've been brilliant this year, and obviously still only in their early 20s. They've got a lot of potential, and hopefully a lot of footy for Narembeen.
Absolutely right. As Corrigin go back inside 50 now through Bootsma, there's a 150 gamer in Bartlett, kicks around the body, and a well-needed goal for Corrigin to start this third quarter, and it's Bartlett's second goal there. And on the Dyson & Jones scoreboard, Narembeen leading 10-7-67, Corrigin 3-3-21, back to a margin of 46 points, and probably the best ball movement we've seen from Corrigin all day there, to be perfectly honest. One of the other players that I have to admit that I've noticed today being very handy, Tommy Baldwin. Good player.
Obviously it's been great to have Tommy come back. It's his second year back at the club. Obviously he's old man coaching. He's brought a lot of experience back from Claremont. Obviously he's still working in the town, so we've been quite lucky with that perspective. And he's super fit, super skills, and a lot of blokes look up to him and the way he goes about his footy.
Look, some really handy players for this Narembeen side as the ball goes inside 50 once again, and a nice mark though in the last line of the defence. And look, that's how well you blokes are going. You can just throw James Kennedy back in the back line there. He's kicked 34 for the year and just takes a nice mark in the last line of defence as he kicks it down the line.
We've just chucked him back there because when he plays forward he does tend to get a bit carried away, so we've moved him back just so he
just to tell him to calm down a little bit.
Calm down a bit, so yeah.
Fair enough, and I have to admit one of my favourite left footers going around is Cody Duncan, just an elite ball user there, and goes a nice long kick inside 50 there. Bit of a wrestle there inside 50, and Corrigin will look to try and bring it out of defence. Feeds it well, and good movement there by the Corrigin side. It's going to go to Price, and the ball goes out of bounds once again. So, look, Bunk, first of all, how do we end up with that nickname?
It's probably a story we probably can't really tell on the radio.
Is there a G-rated version of it?
I will tell you after the game if you happily want to know, but yeah, on radio I think we might give that one a bit of a miss.
All right, so we'll let that one fly through to the keeper. Look, assistant coach here, mate, a bit about your footy journey and what you've done in football.
Obviously started playing footy, obviously through the junior ranks in Narembeen. Obviously a farmer. Came back from Cunderton, played 2 years at Cunderton, playing there. And then, I wanted to come back as a farmer, obviously, and started playing sort of league footy at 14. And, I was quite lucky playing a lot of grand finals through that time. We won one in 2007 and 2009, but luckily we sort of lost about 7 during that time, which is not a great ratio, but it was just a great time around the club. You sort of got 30 to 40 blokes training, and it was just a great culture. And then obviously sort of went away from footy, found it pretty hard watching. So I went away for about 2 or 3 years there, then came back as assistant coach and trying to help these young guys out now, and obviously won the flag last year, and obviously looking to go win a grand final again this year. But as we had a reunion last week, and as the old boy said, you might think you got the best team, but grand finals and finals are hard to win. So that's the advice I'm trying to give blokes, that we might be on top of the ladder, but that doesn't mean anything when it comes to finals. So I want to give something back to Narembeen Footy Club, which they gave me as a young person coming in, and have so many role models through the time. So No, great to hear. Look, the big thing I'm hearing there is obviously that sense of community that you have there, the fact that you came through the juniors, played league footy as a 14-year-old, and look, you get to go away, I dare say, being a farmer, heading out to Cundy, you would have been some mates that you met out there, and then look, coming back to your town, this is where your mates are and all your big memories. I guess what's kind of thrown you across to the coaching side of things? So obviously just love footy, and to probably obviously win 2 grand finals as a player, but then to go and sort of assistant coach last year, it was just seeing so many guys that have worked so hard for those bad times, and just get that smile on their face when they won it last year. So I obviously went through a period there of sort of 6 years getting flogged by over 100 points, but a lot of those guys are out here today, and that's why we are a good side at the moment. And I just enjoy helping blokes out, and just being a training, mate. It's having a beer and with the boys, and just giving them back to the boys that deserve it.
No, look, great to see. And look, while you're talking there, I have to admit we probably had a real contender for the Blue Diamond Machinery goal of the day. Just out from that far pocket there, absolutely slotted it. And look, a bit of home ground advantage there. I reckon he knows that breeze a little bit better. But a couple of goals for Corrigin to start this second half. And as they look to try and go inside 51 again, nice kick there. Copeland was the target, the 16-year-old. They flipped the ball back there, and they'll look to try and go inside once again. Good body work and a nice mark there, and I think that could be Joshy Bootsbury out there, is it? No, it's not. It's it might be Riley Mason there, possibly the young fella there that they just had to pull up out of the reserves there. So he'll go and have another shot on goal now for the Corrigin side.
Tell you what, she's a pretty good spot up here, isn't it?
So we saw an absolute beauty kick from this last one before. I tell you what, that's not bad either. And just fades late for another minor score there for Corrigin. Look, you mentioned you get some pretty good numbers out at training at the moment. What kind of numbers are you getting at the moment out there?
It's like probably only all footy clubs. We sort of can range from sort of 10 to 25. Obviously everyone's got jobs and all that as well. So it is hard getting blokes to training, but they're doing as much as they can, and us coaches can only do as much as we can and try and get in there. But I think if you're trying to make it a good place to be, that's when you will get those younger guys go, this is a good place here, we want to be here. So
I think that's good. And look, obviously you've got a few boys from the metro area as well. Is there a bit of a metro hub where the boys will get together and do that during the week?
There is, mate. So all the Perth boys, we've got 5 coming back, and they're training with the Beverley side, and I've got the coach that's actually taken for them, and mate, after trainings they go and have a few beers and catch up for a feed, and they've just got that bond. Like we've sort of the last sort of probably 3 years, 4 years, we've targeted great fellas and guys that are going to hang around for sort of 2 or 3 years, and they've been excellent to our footy club. Like, we love having them come back, and they've been brilliant.
And a good kick on goal this time as it made it. What's the umpire going to say? And he has kicked a good kick there by Connor Spinks. That's his second goal for the game. And look, not a lot of celebration there. You can see it's mainly a Corrigin crowd. And look, even the Narembeen boys didn't really get up and about there. So I have to admit it did throw me off a little bit there. But on the Dyson Jones scoreboard, they extend their lead out now. 11 goals, 8-74. Narembeen Corrigin 4-4-28. There's a margin of 46 points, about 10.5 gone in this third quarter. As we mentioned, qualifying final next week against Southern Cross, and obviously you've played a couple of times against them this year. Once a pretty tight win early on in the season, and obviously Southern Cross, look, they'll bring it right up to you again.
Yep. Yeah, they've got some, obviously struggled a fair bit last year. They've brought some big personnel to their footy club, and they're a quality side, and they've got some pretty good experienced footy that played a bit of waffle. They're going to be hard to beat next week. But hopefully our boys can bring their A game, and hopefully be a good game of footy and good spectacle for the crowd to watch. But we're going to obviously try to bring it right up to them, and have a good crack.
Beautiful. And look, your list at the moment, the Narembeen list, looks pretty healthy at the moment for the most part. Yeah,
we're sort of the last back of the season. We've sort of got a few boys getting a bit injured. We're sort of missing 3 guys today. We sort of a few little niggling injuries. A few guys have sort of gone to Europe, Bali for weddings, so it's sort of been a bit all over the place.
Yep.
But by next week we'll have our full side, touch wood. So we're going to give it 100%.
Sure, ready to roll. And look, finals next week, whereabouts are they?
I'll be thinking we're at home. I'll be thinking that might be a Sunday by all accounts.
Yep, okay, cool.
But at the moment, I'm not too 100% on that yet.
So look, generally speaking, the Eastern Districts Footy League, the home teams still get those games, and then it's only grand finals that are already kind of locked away for Bruce Rock.
That's correct.
Yeah, okay, fair enough. As Narembeen try and come out of defence, and Blaine Wilson, obviously a handy player there for the Narembeen side as well, flicks it back inboard to the last goal scorer there in Spinks. Goes back inside to Kennedy. Good pressure there by the Corrigin side, and I'll tell you what, might have been a bit unlucky there with the blow of the whistle there. And we'll have a ball up just inside 50 for the Corrigin side. So almost 13 minutes gone in this third quarter still. A margin of 52 points now. There's a good knockdown in the runk at that time by Heath Spinks. Ball hits the deck. And a tackle that time by Cody Duncan. And we'll have the ball up once again. So Spinks finds himself in an unfamiliar position in the ruck once again, taken down by the captain there in Kendall Whitwer for Corrigin. And we'll look to reload for the third time. Let's see if we can bring this stalemate out now as the umpire throws up once again. There you go. Heath Spinks knocks it out. Could have been taken high. He was indeed. A bit of feeling out there. Probably not necessary. And I'll tell you what. Which one's the older brother there?
Connor, number 3.
Connor there, and his younger brother. I'll tell you what, he wasn't happy with that one. And it'll be a 50-metre penalty. And what are the old melee rules like in the Eastern Districts? Any fines thrown out normally?
I don't think there's many fines, but you will cop the yellow card, the red card. So
gotcha.
Yeah.
And Cody Duncan looks to come off there a little bit worse for wear. Dean Williams coming back on. So a free kick there for Corrigin. Kick 2 so far in this quarter. Kicks straight over the goal umpire's head. First goal for Declan Hughes, and brings that margin back once again. So pretty even third quarter, 3 goals apiece. But on the Dyson Jones scoreboard, it is still Narembeen 12-8, 80 to Corrigin 5-4-34. A margin of 46 points. A tick under 15 minutes gone in this third quarter. You mentioned your head coach there in Justin Baldwin. Look, how long has he been at the club for?
So he's been here, I think it could be 3 or 4 years. So he came into town. They used to live here back years and years ago. He's bought the local tyre service in town, and he jumped on board. About 3-4 years ago as assistant coach, and then he's been the lead coach for the last 2 years. So he's coached down in Jaramunga for a lot of times, winning flags down there. He had a stint at South Fremantle back in the day, so he's brought a lot of experience back as coach. So he does a great job.
And look, I think it really, we sometimes undersell how much of a difference having that kind of coach. Sometimes especially your country clubs, you need a coach, obviously, A, with a bit of experience, but B, with a few connections as well, because you've always got some pretty good talent in the local towns. It's really about some of those key building blocks, like, generally everyone needs a key forward, generally everyone needs an extra good midfielder or whatever, and really bringing that experience in just helps so much.
Exactly, mate. Like, he's obviously we've got something that's about, the Spinks boys, Tommy Baldwin, Nick Winters, all from Jaramunga. So obviously having him come to town, he's brought some good footballers with him. But he's an experienced coach, and probably even having a coach come into town, not knowing all the players to start with, and just going, right, I want the best for you guys, and just having obviously coaches that have played in grand finals and won grand finals. That's just great experience to give to your players that have never done that before.
Yeah, look, absolutely right. As you would have said, he would have been down at half-time there, and a pretty comfortable lead at half-time for the Narembeen boys. Look, what was the key message from him about the second half?
We probably just let him get it, especially when we're out of their back line. We're just giving them sort of kick it short on that open wing out there. We just need to shut that down. We're sort of in the midfield, just need to tighten up a bit. A little bit loose in there. Obviously, Bootsma is a sensational player, tapping to himself. So we just want to get a bit of body on him, sort of drag him out of the play so he's not in dangerous positions. Just probably be a bit better kicking into our forward line. So probably just slowing their game down a bit, letting them kick short and kick down the line, and just mainly slowing it down a bit. But when we've got the footy, we want to go forward with pace and get into our dangerous forwards.
Yeah, look, and I've really noticed that they seem to be going a little bit of slow play and wait for those turnovers like there through Heath Spinks. It goes back to Connor Sprigg. He'll go inside 50 there, and that is a great kick to the leading play there. And I think that could be Jaden Hooper with a mark on her chest. And I'll tell you what, I remember Hoops from my West Perth days back in the day. Normally a pretty good player, would take the odd hang here and there. Bit of a loose unit as well, but...
he kicked straight back then, by any chance?
No, he's once again, he kicked 2 out on the full to the right, 1 to the left, and didn't even make the distance on the other. So, look, I'll tell you what, I'm backing him in this time. He's at least going to score.
I hope you're right. We'll see how we go.
So Hooper, he's going to kick from 50. I'll tell you what.
So is it West Perth to blame for this, or
has he missed a lot again? Surely that's got to be a few fines or cartons or whatever you've done.
Thursday night we thought, righto, we'll get him down and we'll get our Blaine Wilson himself and a few other boys. Righto, we want to sort of direct you on what you're doing wrong and whatever. Yep, he reckons he's got it. Well, clearly today he hasn't.
I'll tell you what, he always lays out really. He's always had a really good set of hands. He's athletic, and he can jump as well. But jeepers, 5 shots on goal and not to have scored yet is definitely a bit of a concern.
He definitely hasn't got the kick ability of his old man. His old man Derek was a sensational kick left and right. So we may have to get him back and show him how to do things all over again.
Oh, unfortunately, if he's anything like most sons, they're never going to listen to their dad, unfortunately. So I'll tell you what, if an ex-AFL player and some good coaches aren't going to teach him, I don't know what is. But
mate.
Yeah, so as they look to try and push the ball forward now, Corrigin, and I was just thinking, Hoops, he'd be probably 26 years old now.
He would be, mate, yep.
If he's not going to get it. And there goes the 150 gamer again. Graydon Bartlett on absolute fire today. And look, it may not be Corrigin's day on the scoreboard, but it is his day out there today. And look, you always like seeing people in milestone games go well. I know it's nice to obviously get the 4 points as well, but look, well done by Graydon Bartlett there. 150 games for his club, and a big day for him.
He been coming back from Perth. Yep.
Yeah, he's coming back from Perth. So, been travelling up for years and years now to Corrigin to play for...
Huge effort.
Yeah, for that many years. And look, those are the kind of people that you want. That's what you want to hopefully hope from the Spinks boys and Tommy Baldwin and those kind of guys as well going forward.
Especially when you can get guys hanging around for that sort of 3 to 4 years. You can build a side around that. When you got guys just coming and going and that it is hard when you're losing them, and then you got new guys coming in, just to get that balance in your side is a bit hard.
Yeah, it does make a massive difference having him year on year out. And Corrigin trying to go forward now. They've kicked 4 in this quarter. Good pick up that time. Great tackle there. Could have been holding the ball. Umpire says it is. And nice work there by Tommy Baldwin once again. Gets a free kick on his defensive 50. Looks to try and switch it there and does it well. Finds Blaine Wilson, the veteran, who kicks inside 50. There's Hooper now. I'll tell you what, if he doesn't mark it and just gets to run around on it, I reckon he's a better chance. Snaps on goal. And he's missed to the right-hand side. But I'll tell you what, 6 shots on goal. He's at least got him behind.
Well.
And I tell you what, I do apologise to Jaden Hooper if he hears this afterwards. But I think he knows maybe some of his strong points there. And unfortunately, the goals aren't his.
I think his strong points are after ours.
I've got some stories about Jaden Hooper, which could be for afterwards as well.
Oh, I look forward to them. Especially another bloke that's come back to our club as well has been Blaine Wilson. Obviously played at Curtin Uni last year, Wesley Curtin, and won the grand final there last year. But coming out of South Fremantle and obviously been on the Eagles list, and living in town, he's been an absolute sensational pickup for us as well. Just what he says to blokes and his experience has been huge.
Yeah. So look, what does Blaine do with himself in town?
So he's actually. He's a sort of a farmhand for a lot of blokes around the area.
Gotcha. Yep.
Who was the Country Week coach? So he's out there working on the farm. So I think it's a bit different to the country life, but he seems to be loving it out here with his partner in Peyton Vaughan, and he's fitted in beautifully in Narembeen.
Yeah, look, he's an absolute great fella there. I was at East Perth back in the days as well when he was on, obviously, West Coast list, and they were aligned. And, just a super guy there. And I remember then when he went to South Fremantle, I used to hate watching him play against East Perth when I was there as well, because he'd always just tear us up. But, yeah, really good player, and even in the Perth Footy League. Oh, and another good kick inside 50. And I'll tell you what, you might need to change that matchup on Graydon Bartlett. He's going to go back and kick his third of the quarter, and Chris Shaw, he's absolutely got his hands full so far. And right underneath us here in this broadcast position, I reckon we've had the Graydon Bartlett fan club. They've been taking photos of him all day, and look, big day for the family out here in Corrigin. So Bartlett will kick from 35 directly in front. And I'll tell you what, goes the double cobra and celebrates. And 4 goals on the board for Graydon Bartlett. And he kicks Corrigin's 7th. And they bring that lead back slightly on the Dyson Jones scoreboard. Narembeen, though, 12-10-82. Corrigin 7-4-46. A tick over 23 minutes gone in this third quarter. And it's been the Graydon Bartlett quarter here. The premiership quarter. But Corrigin still a long way to go back in this contest now. As Bootsmith goes back in the ruck, and there was that follow-up work you were talking about, but well done by Narembeen as they look to try and go back inside 50 once again. Nice work there by the Corrigin player, but good tackle pressure there from Hooper, causes the turnover. Went to Heath Spinks, flicks the ball over the top, and a nice tackle there, 25 metres out. We'll see another ball up once again. So umpire throws the ball up there. Nice work there by Solomon just to tap it to a dangerous position. Corrigin looks to try and bring it out now, and they do it well. Bit of an up and under kick. Might work out all right. It's going to sit well. I tell you what, great pickup. Could have been taken high. Umpire says no, and it'll look to try and come back inside 50 now through a ball. Oh! Almost a good mark taken over the top. Fends off. Palms one off. Hooper, up and under kick. Of course it was. And Solomon, great body work there and takes a mark.
He definitely doesn't like giving the handball either.
Yeah, nice work there by Jakey Solomon, but look, good work there by Jaden Hooper. Just able to pick that one, go through 1 and 2 and an up and under kick. Solomon, left foot kick, and hits the upright there for another minor score. So 5 goals, 3 now for Jakey Solomon, and he's putting himself in contention for the Archie's Thongs best on ground. And I'm not sure, Bunk, if you've seen the old Archie's Thongs before, mate. The players, they absolutely look forward to get a pair of those, and if you play your cards right, we might be able to look after you as well, mate.
The old pluggers at the moment are looking pretty worse for wear, mate. So
I'll tell you what, we'll even get a photo with both of them, I reckon, mate, the old pluggers and even a pair of the Archie's Thongs as the ball goes out of bounds, and we'll have a boundary throw at about 40 metres out from the Narembeen goal. So they've done pretty well to peg it back a little bit in this quarter. 5 goals to Corrigin, just the 3 to Narembeen, but still a pretty handy lead as we get close to three-quarter time. Look, what do you reckon the message from Justin at three-quarter time is going to be?
I just think we sort of put our foot off the pedal a bit. They're actually getting a lot of ball use through the middle of the ground, which is making it pretty dangerous for our backs to man up, and obviously they're kicking pretty direct to Graydon down there. So I think, so that midfield needs to tighten up a bit and not let them run off that half-back line as much.
Yeah, I'll tell you what, that was probably the story of the first half that I noticed. Bootsma was obviously getting the tap down, but your guys' work around the stoppages was excellent, actually, in that first half. Really started to even that contest now as Heath Spinks gets the ball, shoots on goal, and a much-needed goal for the Narembeen side. His first goal of the game, I believe. Yeah. And latter stages of this third quarter, 13 goals, 11.89. To Narembeen Corrigin, a 7-4-46. Back out to a margin of 43 points, a pretty comfortable lead. And as we go to three-quarter time, they'll be looking to try and put the pedal to the metal in the last quarter now. So as the game starts to wear down, do you reckon you'll look at probably trying to rest some of your stronger players?
Yeah, we will be, mate. We'll probably go at three-quarter time, especially some of those probably guys through the midfield. And obviously every side's got their niggling injuries, so anyone with probably a bit of a niggle, we might try to rest in that. So, especially being a warm day as well, definitely.
Yeah, look, I noticed Corrigin definitely the back end of that second quarter really looked like they were blowing. The boys were struggling a bit with the heat when they came off.
Yeah, they were, mate. And in the change room, she's a bit of a sauna in there. So, So
the thing you don't know, that's only your change room. That's the away change room. The aircon in the home change room is sensational.
No, definitely. So I think the boys will be pretty keen to have a shower and get out of there and hopefully look after himself tonight. And we got obviously big couple. Well, hopefully going to be a big couple of games coming up. So,
So next week, obviously, going into a qualifying final. The winner, obviously, straight through to the grand final from there.
Yep.
So I guess your pick. So the plan is obviously Narembeen straight through to the grand final from there. Who's your pick out of the next three from there? Obviously Southern Cross probably just been a slightly better than the other three, still in contention at the moment. Would that be your pick still to get through to the grand final?
Yeah, Southern Cross. They're a very handy side. Cool and Condon, there's a lot of boys in there that have played in a lot of grand finals and won a lot of grand finals. And then even Burracoppin, mate, they brought some pretty big intensity last week. Got a young side, but the thing is, on your day, anyone can beat each other, and that's the best thing about probably EFL this year. that if you do drop off, you can get beaten. So, and in finals, you have to be on your A game, and anyone can win it.
Yeah, look, and that's the dream scenario coming today. Look, I thought no matter really how bad Corrigin lost today, potentially, they were going to play finals, but then someone threw up, if Coolin and Burra had a draw, they would sit there and jump in and play finals as well. So, look, really good to see us. We're going to have a kick after the siren. Cam Hills.
I reckon he could be battling for his distance here.
All right, so Bunk's coming.
Normally those left footers like to swing around on that arc. And
he might be battling here. So kicked one in the second quarter already, did Cam Hills, right from the goal square. This one's definitely a bit further out. We'll kick from about 53. I'll tell you what, he's going to come close. But the coach there in Bunk knows best, and that is a three-quarter time down here at the Corrigin Town Oval. And for the McIntosh and Son Eastern District Football League Round 14 clash, it is Narembeen leading 13 goals, 11-89. Corrigin 7-46, a margin of 43 points. And look, as we go to three-quarter time, Clint Butler, mate, thanks for spending the third quarter with us.
No, thanks very much. And the EDFL and obviously all the sides appreciate you guys coming up, because it's a great spectacle for country footy, showing games, and obviously players and old past players can watch it in the city and where they are. So it's great for you guys to come out here and show off games in the country, and we appreciate it.
No worries at all. Thanks again for joining us, Bung. Best of luck for the rest of the game, and look, hopefully another couple of games coming up, mate.
I'll just go and show Jade now to kick those goals.
Good on you. Cheers, mate.
Good on you.
Good on you. So big last quarter ahead for this McIntosh and Sons round 14 clash. Narembeen leading this game, but good early start there by the Corrigin side and straight through the big stick. So that is the young fella there in Jared Copen. Kicks an absolute beauty of a goal there. And I'll tell you what, plenty of life left in these Tigers yet as they look to try and come back now. And the young fella pretty handy there for the Tigers side. And I'll tell you what, that margin back to 37 points, it's going to be pretty tough from here, but look, not out of the realms of possibility. Well, thanks to both the guests that we've had today, Daryl Smith from Corrigin, the team manager, and Clint Bunk Butler from Narembeen, the assistant coach. Really appreciate your input and everyone that's tuning in today. We hope you've enjoyed the broadcast. Proudly sponsored by Great Southern Fuels, bringing these classic clashes games right around the big state of Western Australia. As Narembeen go inside 50 now. Interesting kick, and it's going to be turned over, but great tackle from behind by Hooper. An illegal disposal, and it will be a free kick to Jaden Hooper once again. So Hoop's about 60 metres out, just decides to set it up. Solomon the target, and a good mark by the big fella there. And he has been absolutely exceptional all day today. A contender for the Blue Diamond Machinery goal of the day, the AFCRI mark of the day, and definitely right in the frame for the Archie's Thongs as the best player on the ground. So we've seen a few players have a shot at goal from there. Bunk decided to go out there and give him some feedback about where to kick it. Shoots on goal. And he shook his head straight away, missed to the right-hand side. So 5 goals, 4 for Jakey Solomon today. He's just been an absolutely sensational target up forward for the Narembeen side. And he'll be pretty important going forward for them in their finals campaign as Price comes out of defence. That is a good long kick there. And great juggling mark that time by Benny Doyle. So Doyle, nice left foot kick there. Doesn't quite get there. And a turnover once again. But well done going back there is Doyle. And Benny Doyle, a 2-time Miller Medal winner for the best player in the competition. And he's definitely shown it today. He just pops that one up beautifully to the leading player. And lands on the chest of Copen. Another good young player there. Just overcooks that one, but it might work out all right. It does indeed. Finds the number 33 who goes inside 50 there. Almost a mark taken. It's going to be picked up by Bartlett once again. He flicks it back. Steps inside. And a goal straight through the big six. Almost takes out the goal umpire at the same time. But another goal for the Corrigin side, and they tick back that lead once again. On the Dyson Jones scoreboard, Narembeen 13-12-90, Corrigin 9-4-58. 3.5 minutes gone into this fourth quarter. So 2 goals to zip to start this last quarter. The umpire decides to bring that one back. Now, it will be a free kick, and it is actually going to go to Narembeen. He'll be told to bring it back once again. So Peter Kitt, ball in hand, the left footer goes long inside 50. Kennedy's gone back up forward this time now. Good tackle that time from Kennedy. The ball flips out there. Nice set of hands as it goes to Spinks. Spinks could have been taken high. Yes, he was. And it will be a free kick to Connor Spinks. And he'll go back and look to try and kick his 3rd goal of the game and extend that margin out for the Narembeen side. So Connor Spinks will kick from about 45 metres out. Only a slight angle. Kicks it out to the left. It's going way left. And goes out of bounds on the full. So another let off for the Corrigin side. Sam Price goes a long kick there. It's going to be tough looking into the sun there, but it's going to work out all right. Looks to try and pick it up now. Uses his leg speed. There's Dixon. He's tackled. And the umpire says, give it back to me. So Bootsman back in the ruck for Corrigin. Going up against Jay Gillen. Bootsman able to win that one out again. Goes to Dixon. Good clearance work that time. Goes long down the line. And the ball just goes out of bounds there. In front of Peacock. And we'll have a ball in about 60 metres out from Corrigin's goal. I'll tell you what, if they can kick a couple quickly here, they might find themselves right back in it. Nice work there. Not able to take clean possession. And good tackle pressure will give us another ball up. So middle of the ground, outer side. 5 minutes gone in this contest. 6 minutes, sorry. And the umpire says, give it back to me now. Corrigin looking to try and go backwards to go forwards. Picked up by Dixon. Does well. Just slews off his boot. Kissed around the body by Copen. On goal. And that is a great mark there by Bartlett. And I'll tell you what, he's going to go and kick a handful. And he's been on absolute fire in this second half. And a bit of feedback from the crowd below. Great to hear. As Bartlett takes a contender for the AFCRI mark of the day. Using some good body strength. Going back. Ready to kick his fifth. Straight through the big sticks. And 7 minutes into this last quarter, Corrigin coming right back. A margin of 26 points. Narembeen 13-12-90. Corrigin 10-4-64. And Graydon Bartlett has now kicked a handful there. 5 goals today. He'd already kicked 13 coming into this game. And in his 150th. It's definitely been one of his better games. So probably still about 20 minutes left to go in this quarter. Margin back to 4 goals. As the umpire throws it up. Good throw up. Bootsman knocks that one down. Once again, almost knocked forward there by Featherston Hall. Can't quite take it forward. And a good tackle there by Narembeen to force another ball up. Sorry. So the umpire giving a bit of feedback to the players out there at the moment as he goes to throw the ball up once again. Bootsma knocks that one forward, but it's going to come out this time. Narembeen picked up by Baldwin. It goes onto his left foot, and that is a nice kick. Good spoil coming over the top that time by McCleary, who knocks the ball forward there. And here come Corrigin once again. Goes back to Bootsma. He's collected, but able to get rid of the handball. Goes to Doyle. He goes backwards now, and snapping around the body that time was Riley Hill. Great kick inside 50. It's going to work out all right. Shimmies back and forth. Does Featherston Hall. Goes right the way forward now. Almost a good mark taken there once again by Bartlett. He's the target up forward at the moment. Flicks that one back. Goes to Copen. Back inboard. But Narembeen, cool, calm, collected. But too much pressure there and the ball goes out of bounds on the full. And they have a free kick about 50 metres out from goal. As Corrigin will look to try and reload back inside 50 now. Nice kick. Almost mark taken. It goes through 3 sets of hands. Corrigin looking to push forward. And that is another goal for Corrigin. They are on absolute fire in this last quarter. And if you're listening in from home, you're watching in, don't go anywhere. Margin back to 20 points on the Dyson Jones scoreboard. Narembeen at 13-12-90. Corrigin now 11-4-70 and kicking with a bit of a breeze in this last quarter. So I need a bit of an answer here, a bit of a steadier the Narembeen side, because Corrigin are definitely finishing this game very, very fast, and a bit of a breeze in this last quarter now. As the umpire goes once again, and Bootsma just knocks it to himself. Good work in the middle of the ground there, and goes back to Featherstone Hall. Bit of an up and under kick now. It's going to work out well. Bit of a 2-on-1, and just takes a bit of a leg break there and goes back inboard now. Nice follow-up work there, but it's going to be turned over and picked up this time by Winters. Winters kicks to advantage there, and it sits up nicely now. Heath Spink steps back inboard. It's going to go into his left foot, not his favourite foot, and it's turned over now. And nice handball out goes to Featherstone Hall. Ball goes backwards to go forwards, and nice work there. Controlled kick there by Doyle. Finds a player on the outer side. It's Hughes. He takes a bounce, kicks forward, goes inside 50, and great pick up once again. Steps back onto his right, and great kick goes to Copen. He plays on, goes again, and that is another goal for Corrigin. Look out, here they come. Dyson Jones scoreboard, Narembeen 13-12-90. Corrigin though 12-4-76, back to a margin of 14 points, and we've only got 11 and a half minutes in this last quarter. So absolutely phenomenal footy from this Corrigin side to start this last quarter, as Boostman knocks it down straight to Doyle again. Good clearance work as the ball goes back inside 50. It's going to be picked up. They'll look to try and push forward. Coper just sold out of it now. Picked up. Snaps for goal! Are you kidding me? You would have thought they were 10 goals up already. Dyson Jones scoreboard, Narembeen 13-12-90, Corrigin 13-4-82, margin only 8 points. And I'll tell you what, this is reminding me of a West Coast Brisbane game back in the day, where Brisbane absolutely came from the clouds and ended up pinching it. And Narembeen look absolutely shell-shocked at the moment. And after thinking I knew who the Archie Thongs player of the game was going to be, I'll tell you what, this has thrown a spanner in the works. But this is what we love about footy. And in this McIntosh and Sons round of 14 clash, we are set up for an absolute belter of a finish now. Classic Clashes, proudly sponsored by Great Southern Fuels, bringing some absolute belters to you each and every week. And this is no exception. They'll look to try and go forward once again. Good pick up that time by Hill. He handballs forward there. Nice pressure. And a legal disposal. It will be a free kick to Narembeen. And a 50-metre penalty. And the players look a bit confused on that one, but it will be a 50-metre penalty. And Narembeen will go close to 50 and have a kick from about 55 metres out. So Spinks with ball in hand will look to try and set it up now. Hooper and Solomon the target. Hoops goes up and 4 players back. Solomon takes it on his chest. And if they've ever needed a goal, Narembeen, I'll tell you what, this is the one. Already kicked 5, 3 in the first, 1 in the second, 1 in the third. Kicked about 4 behinds as well. But he needs to kick his half dozen to just square it up for the Narembeen side. 30 metres out, directly in front. Kicks, not a great one, off the side of the boot. And a minor score. And I'll tell you what, Narembeen love the theatrics, want to keep this game even, and they are doing it bloody well at the moment. Margin back to 9 points as Price strolls out of defence. Good long kick and a great mark. And Benny Dorr, showing all of his experience, does it well. Goes to the leading player, and that is pinpoint perfect. He'll look to try and go now. Nice kick inside 50. And does it well. Got players leading at him now. Goes there. And that is a sensational kick. Just lands off his chest. Congested footy there. Players just trying to hold that one in. Umpire says, not going nowhere. Let's give it to me. So we'll have a ball up about 35 metres out from the Corrigin goal. They've kicked all the goals in this last quarter and are on the absolute rampage. But Duncan looks to try and bring it out of defence for Narembeen once again. Price is there against Hooper. Price does well. It's going to come down to Bootsma. Just taps it to his vantage. Doesn't sit for him, but they've got plenty of numbers there. And Dixon makes an uncharacteristic error there. Ball bobbles out. And we will have a ball up right on the edge of the centre square. Broadcast side of the ground. As the umpire looks to reload once again. Probably about 15 minutes left in this quarter as Gill wins that one. But straight down to Corrigin play, who's tackled straight away. Ball up once again. Gill able to win that one again. High tackle that time. And definitely taken high was Connor Spinks, and he'll get the free kick for Narembeen. Looks to try and chip it down to the player all by himself. He's gone to Garlick. The player looks to have hurt himself there from Corrigin. He's gone down. Garlick goes inside 50 off the side of the boot. Lands right in front of Hooper. Does well to pick it up. Players jump on top of him straight away. And a great kick around the body this time. It's gone well. Coming out of defence now. A nice kick that time by Watt. Watt kicks the ball forward there. Good work there by Narembeen, just to half that one there. Picked up that time by the captain there in Kendall Whitwer. He's tackled, and we'll have a ball up once again. And Blakey Dixon looks to have hurt himself that little bit earlier there, but hopefully he's shaking it off. A risky kick to the middle of the ground. Could go absolutely anywhere. Does indeed. Well done. And picked up by Spinks. Kicks inside 50. And that is a good kick. Solomon goes. Got a player running for him now. Finds that player. Will sit there. Stop. Prop. Go. And that is a much needed goal there by the Narembeen side. Heath Spinks kicks his second of the game, second of the second half, and on the Dyson Jones scoreboard, Narembeen now 14-13-97, Corrigin 13-4-82, back to a margin of 15 points, and we've gone almost 18 minutes in this last quarter. So after an absolute onslaught in this last quarter from Corrigin, Narembeen just get the steadier they need and bring that margin back out to 15 points. What an exciting conclusion to the McIntosh and Sons Eastern Districts Football League home and away season out here at Corrigin Town Oval. And Corrigin looks to go back inside 50 once again. Goes for a set of hands. Coburn picks the ball up, snaps around his body, goes right to the line there. Well dragged down that time. It's going to come through, but good work in the last line of defence that time by Narembeen. We'll have a ball up about 5 metres out from the Corrigin goal. No one able to take that one out of the ruck. Drops, lands, and snaps to the right-hand side. And a minor score. Every point counts this time of the game. And margin back to 14 points. So Narembeen will look to just try and take their time to bring this one out of defence now. Lots of tired bodies out there. Has been a warm day out here today. Kicks to a one-on-one contest there. Does it well. Good spoil over the top, but does sit quite well that time. I think that might be Baldwin out on that far side. Actually, it's Spinks. He handles back inside to Duncan. So Duncan goes a long left foot kick there. Nice work there by the player from Corrigin just to spoil that one. And a good tackle from behind once again by Spinks. And we'll have a ball up right inside the centre square. About 70 metres out from Narembeen's goal. As the umpire throws up. No one able to take clean possession out of that one. Good knock forward that time by Garlic, but it's been picked up by Bootsma. Goes the big up and under kick there. Nicely trapped that time by Narembeen, or come back through Heath Spinks. Here goes a nice handball there. Oh, player falls over. Going to work out all right, though. Handballs to advantage there. It's going to be picked up by Williams. He goes back inboard to Spinks. Nice hands there. Chris Shaw has that ball smothered off his boot, and an interesting kick, and I'll tell you what, that has worked well. Corrigin umpires called it out on the full, and there's definitely going to be a bit of conjecture on that one. Bit of feedback in the crowd, but the umpire's call is the call, and it'll be a free kick to Riley Hill. He just looks to try and set it up there. Nice ball over the top there by Blakey Dixon. Boy stays in. That was actually Riley Warner that dropped that one and spoiled it, and the ball goes out of bounds once again. So we've gone past the 20-minute mark in this last quarter as the umpire throws in. Bootsman takes that one out of the ruck. Couldn't quite get clean possession. Picked up that time by Kendall Whitwer, the captain. And it'll be a ball up once again. So Bootsma, nice knock out of the ruck again. Narembeen just happy to see the clock keep ticking away. The umpire goes and throws up once again. No easy possession out there at the moment. Player goes through a couple and tackled straight away. So just chewing up the clock are the Narembeen side. Almost 22 minutes gone now, and they lead this game by 14 points. They'll look to switch and bring it out of defence now, and they do it well. Kick into a one-on-one contest. Ball looking up into that sun, and it's going to work out all right. Picked up by the number 5 there, Benny Dorr. Goes on his non-preferred, but the ball is turned over. It's marked by Jay Gill. Jay Gill goes back there. Nice kick forward. Doyle tries to go over the top, but goes through a couple of sets of hands. It is going to go inside 50. Player wanted to step him, couldn't quite. Does sit well for Doyle. He gets stepped, and a good tackle there. And the umpire says we'll throw it in once again. So good throw in there by the umpire. Knocked down at that time. It's picked up by Baldwin. He's tackled. He's spun around. Umpire says nothing going. A good tackle there by Declan Hughes. So 23 minutes gone in this last quarter. Still 14 points the margin to Narembeen as Bootsma tries to knock that one forward. Goes down to Spinks. He's tackled. Ball comes out now. It's done it well. Good tackle pressure there from Featherston Hall. So that was Williams. Kennedy in there as well. Umpire says a ball not going anywhere. We'll have another throw up right near the centre circle. Probably about another 5 or 6 minutes left to go in this game. Narembeen still leading by 14 points as Bootsma tries to get a clearing hit out there. Does it well, picks up. Good tackle there that time from Cody Duncan. And we'll have another ball up right on the edge of the centre square. Still middle of the ground. Broadcast side of the ground. So umpire throws up once again. Good kick forward. This time it's going to go by Kendall Whitwer, the captain. Goes inside 50. Bit of a chaos ball inside 50 now. Narembeen looking to try and pick that one up. They do it well. And Williams picks it up. He looks to try and switch it now. Risky kick. Oh, pinpoint kick though. Well done that time by Bartlett just to try and half that contest. And a good tackle by Corrigin from behind there. And we'll have a ball up once again. So almost able to cause that turnover and get a shot on goal, but wasn't to be as Narembeen looked to try and bring it out of defence now. Nice tackle, causes the turnover, goes through a couple of players holding the ball, and that will be a free kick this time to Narembeen. Still looking to try and move the ball nice and quickly now. And they do it very well to that outer side. Play struggling a little bit as the sun starts dropping down now. And goes to go the long 45 kick there, but just finds the Corrigin players and marked by Riley Warner. Warner thinks that time's his friend, but it isn't. 25 gone in this last quarter. Needs to move the ball now. Best kick will be long straight through the guts, I reckon, but decides to go to the leading player inside 50 there. Doesn't quite work out. Players fall over at each other. Bartlett's there. Looks to try and pick it up now. He's tackled over the line. And we will have a throw in outer side. 14 points still the margin. And no real score in about the last 5-6 minutes now as the umpire throws in once again. Bootsma knocks down to his player's advantage. Ball gets fed backwards onto the left foot of Boyle. He goes inside 50 there. Almost a good mark taken, but Narembeen at the fall of that ball. And they'll look to kick it long. Out of defence now. 3-on-2 there. Corrigin able to win that one, but tackled straight away by Baldwin. And we'll have a ball up once again. So just needed to take another couple of minutes out of this game to ice it now. Narembeen on the Dyson Jones scoreboard. They lead this game by 14 points as Bootsma takes it out of the ruck that time. Goes to kick, but great smother off the boot there by Narembeen. Play jumps on top. He's tackled high. And that's another free kick to Peter Kitt. He's ended up with a few today, actually. And he handballs off now to Spinks. Spinks kicks forward there. Solomon tries to take another one-hander, but scoops up beautifully. And a great tackle from behind, holding the ball. And definitely now in a rush are they. As Sturgis picks it up, looks to move the ball forward now. And finds a player all by himself, goes back inboard to Price. So Price, another short kick. Goes to Doyle. So not a lot of movement ahead of the ball at the moment. Corrigin almost looking like they're not too fussed if they win this game, if I'm perfectly honest. Just going slow. They know pending a draw between Burracoppin and Coolin, they know they're playing finals. And they know they'll finish in third or fourth spot as well. So outer side wing, boundary umpire throws it in. Good knockdown that time by Gill from Narembeen. Picks up play, goes through one, goes through two, does Kendall Whitwar. And he's been pinged for holding the ball. It will be a free kick to Narembeen. And it's going to come back to Connor Spinks. So Spinks goes back inboard once again. Finds Mortimer. He kicks to a running play there. Who goes inside 50 now. Nice little chip kick. And well done by Price, who reads it very, very well in the last line of defence there. Decides to switch it. Players looking right up in the sun. It's still not a lot to kick to for the Corrigin side. Decides to go backwards to Sturgis. Corrigin playing almost like they're icing the game up now. They must have known the time better than us, but that is all she wrote, folks. Down at Corrigin at Town Oval for the McIntosh and Sons Eastern Districts Football League Round 14 clash. And it is the minor premiers in Narembeen winning this game 14-13-97 to Corrigin. 13-5-83, a margin of 14 points. And I'll tell you what, after an absolutely dominant first half from Narembeen, where they led by as much as, I think it was about 54 points at one point, Corrigin came home with an absolute flyer, kicking 3 more in that third quarter, and then absolutely hammering home in the last, but it just wasn't to be. Plenty multiple goal scorers in this game for the losing side in Corrigin. It was Bartlett that ended up kicking 5 in his 150th, and an absolutely phenomenal performance there. Jared Copen, he ended up kicking 3, and then singles to Joshy Bootsma, Declan Hughes, and I think Bailey Peacock kicked 1 as well. For Narembeen, multiple goal scorers there as well. The big fella there in Jakey Solomon, he was absolutely phenomenal up forward and probably set him up in that first half there. He kicked 5 and probably about 5 behinds as well. Tommy Baldwin, he was almost best on ground. He kicked 3 there for the Narembeen side. And a couple of 2s there to the brothers in Connor Spinks and Heath Spinks. James Kennedy kicked 1, as did Cameron Hill as well. Blue Diamond Machinery, goal of the day, I'm going to give to the big fella there in Jakey Solomon a little bit earlier today. And I'm also going to give him the AFCRI mark of the day as well for a beautiful one-handed mark that he took earlier there as well. But my Archie Thongs player of the day, I'm actually going to give to the number 10 in Tommy Baldwin there for Narembeen. He was absolutely phenomenal all day. Probably unlucky not to get the Blue Diamond Machinery goal of the day, but he looked absolutely electric through the midfield and half-forward area, and probably one of the key reasons why this Narembeen side got to where they were and even helped to maintain that in the latter stages of the game as well. So congratulations to Tommy Baldwin, Archie's Thongs player of the day. Well done to Narembeen. Congratulations on finishing as the minor premiers after winning the premiership in 2023. They set themselves up for a big qualifying final against Southern Cross next week. Corrigin, pending a draw to Coolin, Condon and Burracoppin. They'll obviously be playing finals as well. But congratulations to this maiden man, Graydon Bartlett, as he gets chaired off the ground now in his 150th. Great to see his families and friends out here celebrating with him today. They weren't able to get the chocolates, Corrigin, but he had a great game himself, kicking 5. And I'll tell you what, if he'd got there in the end, he would have been my Archie's Thongs player of the game. Thank you so much for joining us. Thank you to Great Southern Fuels for your sponsorship of our Classic Clashes. We'll tune out for now, but look, hopefully you come and join us for some finals footy starting next week. My name's been Ward Harris. We'll see you again at the footy next week. Have a good weekend and cheers.